Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode at the tail end, the Grand Dragon kind of snuck up on us a little bit. We knew it was coming in, eventually, but let's see if we can get out of here. It's gonna be spicy. The rats went squeak, squeak, squeak. Then their bones went crunch, crunch, crunch. Now it's your turn to tickle the inside of Shard's belly. Yes, you have been naughty, little ones. The rubricator belongs to Shard. Give the rubricator back this instant. A thunderous rumble erupts from the dragon's belly. Suddenly her wings are wrapped around the ship, her steamy breath fogging up the windshield as she peers inside, a maniacal glint in her eyes. How did she get so close, so fast, and is she smiling? Why, you whet my appetite, little ones. He purrs softly, then lunges at it with all her might, fangs exposed. Great!
Our science ship has been ambushed.
We knew that would probably happen. that was always going to be what happened there. The real question is, what is going to happen with the colony that the Fallen Empire, the Mictor continuity up there, told us to put in? I don't know. That'll be interesting. We're going to need another science ship, though, because we do have multiple archaeological sites that we haven't finished up around these locations. So we're going to get that good to go. And the question is, are we feeling confident on taking on the Shard? The answer is no, absolutely not.
The cowards have destroyed one of our spaceports.
So they destroy the spaceport. Is it just chilling? I think it's just chilling. Well, isn't that entertaining? That is actually quite entertaining. I'm pretty amused by that one, I gotta be honest. I'm quite amused. We do need to gather this stuff here, right? So we're going to need to fight the Shard, but we can try with these 24k that we've got here. It's gonna be real dicey as to whether that's gonna be a thing. I think we definitely wait until Guardian Point Defense and battleships. So let's go ahead and tick forward here. It would appear that we're not taking any damage on our colony there, so I'm okay with waiting this one out. Let's go ahead and grab the ISS Equinox, and we're going to recruit, say... I don't think it really matters for any of these. We're going to take the Sapient AI Assistant, and we're going to send this guy up over here to begin excavating. We're not going to activate the L-Gate just yet. We got to deal with that Shard first, for sure. So we are working on these upgrades over here. That's fine. We're going to get Guardian Point Defense here in 5 months. That will be a small upgrade for us, but really not that big of one. Now, it's possible we might be able to take on Shard as is. That is definitely possible. I would also like to address what you guys have said about whether we go for the Crisis version or whether we go for the Federation version. And it seems like most people are leaning towards the Federation. And I'm okay with that. This was always planned to be a Federation playthrough, but at a certain point, Federations were kind of passé, and so I was like, do we want that to be a thing? But yeah, apparently we do. So Goslak Prime just got some additional crime here, and so we're going to upgrade our precinct houses. Fantastic. That will be absolutely fine, no problem whatsoever there. We're going to be able to upgrade here in about a month. That's great. And then we'll be able to get some battleships. Well, a battleship per fleet.
Construction complete.
Is what we're going to be able to get. So that's fine. We're going to move back to Procyon with our construction ship.
Achieved.
Guardian Point Defense has come through. And I think we're going to go for... extended combat algorithms next. Now that's going to be a ways out, and we're not going to wait for that. I can tell you that right now. We are going to wait the 8 months on our battleships, so let's go ahead and get our Corvette in here. We're going to put in Guardian Point Defense. These are what they should be. Fantastic. And just, ooh, gravitic sensors. Nice. And everything else here looks good. Okay, so that's the Campbell class corvette. And then the destroyers are, of course, going to upgrade to Guardian Point defenses as well. There we go. And they can also get the gravitic sensors. They're also going to be picket ships, or not also, but they're going to be picket ships. And that all looks completely fine. I don't think we need to make any changes to the Ashoka-class cruiser. So that is fine. We'll go ahead and get these upgrading. It's a relatively quick and easy upgrade. Quite cheap as well, so that's fantastic.
Our ships have been made superior.
Yeah, that was very quick indeed. Very, very quick.
Our ships have been made superior.
So 6 months on the battleships at this point, 2 months on our capital production. That's going to be very good for us. Very, very good indeed. And we are, of course, up here excavating this archaeological site. Orbital telemetry shows a massive impact crater on the surface of Polymar 1. It was not caused by a meteorite strike, as the crater is surprisingly deep in proportion to its diameter. In fact, the actual depth cannot yet be determined, as the shaft is choked by rock debris part of the way down, blocking any further orbital scans. It appears that a conventional excavation is the only way to find out what lies below. Okay, so we're going to absolutely grab society research from researchers. That will be a very, very good thing to grab there. Wonderful. Anything to be done on our planets? That's a negative at this time. Excellent. So our stations here, they're going to be upgraded pretty soon. Here in about a month for both of those, and about a month on the battleships as well. So that's great. We're going to be maybe a little bit short. Actually, I think we're going to be fine. Ooh, flak artillery. Impulse thrusters, though. That's going to be 72 months. We're not going to wait on that either. That's for sure. So let's go ahead and design ourselves up a battleship here. We're not going to auto-upgrade it. This is the Kaga-class battleship. This is currently running a carrier core. If that's the case, I'd kind of like it to be running an artillery bow and an artillery stern. Like so. And then we have our Guardian Point defense here. And then these should probably be X-ray lasers. That said, what is the range of a small X-ray laser? 40. Compared to 100 here. Now, this would be currently set up as a line computer, so it would try to close to... We could have this be a full carrier. Or we could have it be an artillery ship. And I think I'm going to do that and move this to, say, a broadside core. Something like that. Maybe even an artillery core. Have this just be a full-on artillery ship. Yeah, I think that's okay. So we're going to run, say, this is going to try to close to what, 80? 80 range. So a large X-ray laser is 80 range. So we can have it be something along the lines of that. Okay, and then antimatter reactor, of course, gravitic sensors, yes. And then we'd run plasteel armor, as well as advanced shields. We would want to run shield capacitors, I think, here as well. Wonderful. So that's the Kaga-class battleship for right now. And then we will go ahead and add that in to this fleet. We can only fit the one, and that's to be expected for right now. Same with this one, we can only fit the one Kaga class. However, what we can do is also bump up our number of destroyers to 11, and so we shall. Excellent. And we will just get started immediately on creating all 4 of those ships. Now, the battleships will take a while to create. How long is that in total? About 500 days. Sure.
Construction complete.
That's fine. We're going to go ahead and, in these shipyards here, add in a pair of anchorages, and then in this over here, I don't know, maybe... listening posts? Resource silos, probably, actually? Yeah, I think resource silos. So we'll do a pair of anchorages and resource silos. We do need to spend some influence. So how do we want to do that? Well, we can't really spend it on edicts. Unless this one doesn't count towards our edict cap, which it doesn't. So that'll give us 10% society research speed. That's great. That's a decent spend of our influence. So we'll accept that for now, and then we'll also upgrade these up to Star Fortresses. Great. That'll be wonderful. And we are, of course, going to be just waiting on those battleships coming in here in about a year. That's not too bad. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad. In that time, will we get advanced combat roles? It'll be close. It'll be very close. Maybe we should wait on advanced combat roles. That might be for the best. Having better computers is, of course, better. You don't say. Good job. So, of course, that will unlock for us... Well, it doesn't show us the actual parts, so we can't see the exact upgrade, but we know it'll be a decent, solid upgrade. Out of curiosity... Okay. I'm not super shocked about this. Following our failure to challenge the shard dragon that emerged in the Umzara system, it has turned on our colony in the system, massacring the colonists with great slaughter. Okay, so yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I was actually surprised that it didn't do that immediately. But this is fine. This is completely fine. So, hypothetically, if we had the ability to form a federation with these guys, would they do it?
Incoming transmission.
Interesting. That is very, very interesting. They might be able to be convincible. So these guys want us to do what? Message follows. Attention, organic civilization. Widespread biological vulnerabilities have been detected in the Ethiopian population. To ensure your species' viability for the Custodian project, all major population centers will require inoculation. Bioinjection units are prepared for dispatchal to your space upon positive confirmation of this message. Awaiting response. Okay, we'll do it. What could possibly go wrong? I'm sure they know better than us. So, we could probably convince these guys to join in a federation with us. They are federation builders, after all. And I think that would be a great start to a potential federation. Yes, we will accept an embassy. Now, they're not okay with our allowing wars policy because they are... Because they're federation builders, perhaps? I'm not sure why they have a malice for that one, but... The inoculations given to us by the ancient caretakers have proven incompatible with our physiology, resulting in a rash of unpredictable mutations. This has resulted in a number of deaths, and our population is up in arms about having dangerous inoculations forced on them by the government. That sounds familiar. We're working to eliminate the mutagens from the population, but until then we should expect a period of increased unrest. Okay. Well, the Mictor continuity, it has proven to not know what they're talking about, so that is fantastic. That is reducing our mineral gain, and we should be a little bit concerned about our mineral gain right now. This agro-world, in fact, is kind of a mining and agro-world. We're going to put a mining district in there. Fantastic. We did just lose our emperor, and now we have a new crown princess. Fantastic. And we're going to have those battleships finished up very shortly here. However, we can activate the surveyor. +5 engineering research. That's great. Is that somewhere where we need to do anything about it? I think it is not. Unless I'm blind. I may be blind here. It's very possible. But I'm pretty sure it's already grabbed.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Advanced combat roles. So I think next we're going to go with... This is no longer considered a dangerous tech. Oh, it's not jump drives, of course. Particle lances will be handy. I think we're going to go for Hyperdrive 3, though, for right now. And that does, of course, mean that we can upgrade our ships, and so we shall. We can upgrade our combat computers to advanced swarm combat computers. Wonderful. That bumps up our evasion very nicely, and we want this to be an advanced picket computer. And the cruiser is going to be an advanced line computer. We're going to delete the Endurance class battleship. That should not be extant. And this is an advanced combat computer in the Kaga class. Wait, were we building the wrong class of battleship? No, they're in here. Okay, Kaga class. Perfect. We're going to get those upgraded. Wonderful. That should not take long, but look at that
ships have
sword.
Been made superior.
Nice. So this is about a total of 30k at this point.
Ships have been made superior.
And we're going to go test ourselves against the Shard. I don't necessarily expect that we win this, to be clear. But we're going to give it a go. It might go poorly. Or it might go surprisingly well. It's hard to say.
Battle is joined.
But here goes our two fleets. We're not getting totally obliterated. In fact, we're doing a lot of damage. There's gang wars on Alpha Centauri Prime. We should probably think about doing something about that. Yes, indeed. We are, well, we'll put in a crystal mine. But we're also going to put in a precinct house, and that's the top priority. It's a war zone. Okay, there we go. So it looks like we are going to beat the Shard. Although we're taking dramatic losses, there's no doubt about that. Yeah, we're taking heavy losses here, but we're going to win. I think there's no doubt about it at this point. And look at those lasers from the battleships just lighting him up. The vile old dragon known as Shard has drawn her final breath. In a satchel round her neck, nestled in the downy fuzz underneath the gnarled scales above her heart, hangs her most treasured possession, the Rubricator, a relic capable of replicating any artifact it has come in contact with. The Rubricator is ours. So we're going to go repair. And that is amazing. So we're going to move on in over here and rebuild our starbase. I don't think we have anything to salvage from that. No, absolutely nothing. But there's Shard gone. That's wonderful. And you can see here in the battle report, we did end up losing 17 and 18 corvettes. We lost almost all of our corvettes. But we lost very little else. We lost 1 destroyer, and we lost 3 cruisers. The corvettes did their job. That's great. Their job, of course, is to be a distraction, and to dodge as many hits as possible, and just live that way. If they get hit, they're going to get wrecked. But we're hoping that they don't get hit. That's the idea here. We're going to go ahead and reinforce the fleet, and we're going to reinforce this fleet as well. Both are undergoing repairs, and this should be fine. So we're going to get Umzara back into the fold. That'll be fine. The enigmatic cache is off over here. Wonderful. So there's those repairs done, and of course we need to get a lot of corvettes built, but we can build corvettes quite quickly, 6 at a time. So that is wonderful. We did spend a lot of alloys on that, and we need to figure it's gonna be painful what comes out of this vortex, or rather this L-gate. So we're going to put in some farpoint defense platforms, and I want to just make sure that these are up to date. Okay, they're not. Good to know. I'm going to put railguns here, lasers here. Otherwise, we just want maximum durability, and I guess gravitic sensors will be fine. Okay, we can have up to 12 defense platforms here, so let's queue up 4 for right now. Wonderful. Our construction ship is going to build mining stations here in Umzara, and we're also going to recolonize this just as quick as we can. There we go, we'll get that out there, and I also want to have this be top priority in our shipyard queue. Fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna be rebuilt on our fleet quite quickly. In fact, the first fleet is already rebuilt. That's wonderful. That is absolutely fantastic. And Sirius Prime does require workers. Okay, so are we missing any obvious buildings here? Well, we're definitely missing minerals. No doubt about that. Maybe we build this single mining district that we can, just to offset the mineral costs that we've got here, which are extensive. I mean, we're currently using up 67 minerals per month here. This will only produce 10 minerals per job, right? Or is that total? It's unclear. Regardless, we'll get that built, and it'll be fine. We hope. So we'll get these minerals here, and we will get that mining district built up. And we'll get this colony ship in as soon as we can. And then we're going to be opening up the L Gate quite soon. Now for that, we're probably going to wait on impulse thrusters, hyperdrives. Those aren't really going to help our actual combat stats that much. Yeah, they're not going to help our actual combat stats that much. I think the impulse thruster will help our avoidability, but overall, it's not that big of a deal. So that is definitely something to consider, and we are going to continue to queue up defenses here. Queue up 2 more. Wonderful. We are maybe a little bit concerned about our upkeep cost, but I don't think that's actually an issue. So that'll be fine. Now, we're going to grab Mind and Body here. It's the only one we can do. And because we're going to go into federations, we're going to go into the diplomacy tree next, and we're going to avoid the domination and supremacy tree until the end. And we're going to take Bulwark of Harmony fairly soon here, in about 99 months, apparently. Collective Waste Management has passed. Minor military sanctions we support. Fantastic. Anything else to do on our planets? Yes. This agri-world needs a job. This is actually split between agricultural and mining. We can also upgrade to a planetary capital. I'm going to just do that for now.
Construction complete.
Excellent. So this construction ship can move back up to Jasque Fomat. We never know where we're going to need it next when we have this guy active. So that's good to know. And we are going to, of course, continue to construct in our defense queue over here. Fantastic. Another 2 defense platforms queued up. And that's going to put us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to need only 3 more. That's really not too bad in terms of resource costs. Really not bad at all. We could buy them in, but I think that that's wasteful. And therefore, I will avoid doing that when at all possible. Especially since we're... Oh, hello. New Ethiopians. As fellow star explorers, we salute you. Although we don't do that much exploration anymore. Clearing away the rubble is a painstaking and risky business. Workers and equipment have to be hoisted down hundreds of meters to the dig site, and excavated rubble has to be lifted out. There have been numerous casualties and accidents while working in these trying conditions, but progress is being made, and every day we venture deeper. The walls of the crater are worn and cracked by time, but they plunge unerringly, straight down into the planet's core. We can still only speculate how deep it goes, as something in the depths is garbling all of our sensor readings. Well, we will keep digging away at that. Fantastic. And we are up to 15k fleets. That's not too shabby. We're negative in our energy credits right now, and we're full on our influence. So that's definitely something to think about. We could spend the energy credits on this recycling campaign, which we will do. That, of course, doesn't count toward our edict capacity. I believe only these ones that are permanently on. I believe those are the only ones that count towards the edict capacity. So we'll just go ahead and do that, and then we should, in theory, be able to bump this up to at least 100 to offset that. So that should be pretty great, and these will be finishing up soon-ish. Of course, that didn't actually spend any influence. So we can... I mean, these guys over here, what would they think of a federation? Yeah, they have absolutely no reason to want this. I mean, we can sit at the influence cap. What else are we going to spend it on other than claims? And we don't want to make claims at this exact moment. So I think we're just going to sit at that influence cap. Anything else that we cap, of course, would be a problem, but we're not going to cap anything else. Okay, so that's all of our Farpoint class defense platforms. Fantastic. And they will finish up soon enough. How strong is our station here right now? 11.5k. Now, that's not tremendously strong, but it's not pathetically weak either. So that's good. Our Hyperdrive 3 will be done in just 4 months, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to unleash the L-Gate on the galaxy. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. Yes, we will let you establish an embassy. Thank you very much.